this video, we're going to talk about bad backspin versus good backspin, right? This is something that's been brought to my attention. This may be one of the most important videos I ever make, because not all backspin is created equal, right? And here's the other thing. There's a lot of stuff that we're going to get into here, because it's not about the what happens, it's about how it's created, right? Backspin is a result of us getting to this ball on an upward pathway, but an upward pathway that's set up by body position, right? Not hands, body position. And then because of our body posture, right? And I've talked about this in other videos, the upper body posture creates the barrel direction, right? Now from there, this is where it can get tricky, right? Because the hands are going to have enough space with body position to now work direct to this ball, and then trust that the weight of the barrel, along with a good contact point, is going to hit the ball and then stay through. This leads to the ball getting compressed and then backspinning on an upward trajectory, as opposed to what I would consider bad backspin, which think like slow pitch softball, no posture, clip, slice, cut across, right? Yes, that's technically backspin, right? And if you ever want to know if you're creating good backspin or bad backspin, look at where your body position is at contact, right? If the barrel's like this, and your head's like this, and the barrel's not in line with the shoulders, guess what? You're about to create bad backspin, because what happens when you create bad backspin is that the hands jam down, so your room for error is zero, right? Again, understand everything that I talk about in my YouTube channel on these videos is to help hitters learn how to backspin the ball the right way, right? What we have been taught, what this game has been taught, is that we swing down, hit here, and then finish across, right? And as a result of that, again, in today's game, and again, I am teaching guys to be able to hit at the major league level. If you try to take a swing like that, one, you're not going to hit it because the ball's on its way up. And then also off of that, the velocity of the slider and the depth of the slider, you have no barrel depth when we swing like this, right? So again, I can create backspin here. So I'm going to swing straight down, no posture, right? Watch what happens. Technically, that's backspin, right? But what happens is, even if I backspin that ball, that's a ground ball out. Say I hit it on a more upward trajectory, right? And I get here and the ball stays on a line. So I'm going to try to do that now. That's exactly what's going to happen, right? Because I have no room for error, right? So I swing down and my room for contact is like this. And that's when you see hands out in front of the body. You've broken up the kinetic chain and your swing's not on an upward trajectory. So you're going to have no room for error. What I do in every single video that I talk about is so that you can avoid this, right? Because it's understanding body position before you get the hand path right. Because this is the crazy part. Good backspin is the exact same feeling as I just did, but posture is incorporated. So now contact points, right? And contact points. So like and subscribe to this and comment below if this is making sense. Because there's probably going to be some old school people in my comments that are talking about, oh, this is what they did and this is why nobody can hit anymore. Well, you haven't hit in today's game, right? You go hit 99 miles an hour with a 94 mile an hour slider off of that. Average fastball MLB velocity right now is 95. Righties 95, lefties 93. What's different now, and what I've continued to build on, what Tony Gwynn taught me, right, is yes, I need to feel my hands get direct to the ball and stay through every position, through with the hands, through with the knob, knowing the barrel's behind. But what I have to get right and what I have to incorporate is enough posture and enough path for this swing to work around me, not down to the ball, level with the ball, clip, right? Because then it's called the Magnus effect, where you create too much spin and the ball planes out, right? Because your barrel entry point is shallow. We're eliminating that over here, right? And this is what I talk about. This is what matters. You get your body position right, and then we work direct, knowing that the barrel has been set up to be on plane with the pitch, not manipulating backspin. And now from here, we just continue to stay through, and the ball goes up on an upward trajectory. So now I'm going to take my swing and create good backspin, right? What I talk about in every video, right? So this is good backspin. I get myself set up. I've got enough posture to cover the top, and now it's just stay through and hold the finish. That ball is hit. That ball is working upwards. Not only that, but that swing path is on plane early. So if I technically catch this ball deep, which I'm about to do, if I catch this ball deep, I'm still driving it that way, oppo. I'm still hitting the square middle, and if I get fooled out in front, I got enough spinal tilt to be able to stay on and stay through and keep this ball fair oppo. So now I'm gonna go oppo and purposefully put my contact point deep, right? On top of the plate. I wouldn't recommend this normally, but I'm debunking bad backspin versus good backspin, right? Because now I'm set up the same way, but I'm just gonna catch this ball deep and it'll go shooting this way if I get the swing path right. So I'm gonna set up and just trust my swing path to create the compression, create the backspin, get here and stay through, right? And it's gonna take my swing on this plane instead of going this way. So here we go. Enough posture to have the swing eventually work around me with the end goal in mind of where I want my swing to finish, right? So here, set up, through. There we go. Notice, no hand manipulation, no creating vertical bat angle, no steep entry point, no shallow entry point. We're talking barrel depth, direction with intent, right? This is the stuff that matters. If you don't hear any other videos that I make, probably listen to this one, honestly, because there's a lot of people that say, oh, well, backspin doesn't matter. Listen, man, it's not about this. It's about giving yourself the maximum room for error. And something else I want you to consider, right? Notice that I'm really overemphasizing the finish of my swing. Think about this, right? When you go on a long road trip, when you put in your GPS, do you put in how to get out of your neighborhood, or do you put in the end destination that you want to get to, right? Which one, let me ask you this, if you're watching this, which one is going to create a more efficient, effective path to your end destination and get you there the fastest way, the smoothest ride possible? Is it the one where you just figure out how to get out of your state, your county, your neighborhood? Or is it you knowing the end point and then trying to get there and working back through that? There may be some detours, yeah, right? There may be something that happens in the pitch, like the pitch may break, the pitch may cut, whatever. But by us consistently knowing where we want our swing to get to and us knowing the end destination, along with all the other things that we've continued to stack on each other, now we're getting there effortlessly. And what it's about, this isn't about me preaching some propaganda about backspin, backspin, backspin. I can just tell you, pull side gap backspin was the one thing that I couldn't create consistently, and that ultimately kept me out of the big leagues, because it wasn't a heart issue, it wasn't a work ethic issue, it wasn't an intelligence issue, it wasn't an approach issue, it was setup, it was swing path, and lack of understanding. So what can I do now? I can break this stuff down for you guys, something that took me 3,000 at bats, 10 years, my whole life to figure out, right? That's okay, it's my job to pass this stuff down, right? It's the spirit of the shokunin, right? The Japanese kaizen, constantly trying to make improvement, constant pursuit of improvement, right? Master of your craft for the greater good of the people. That's what I'm here to do, right? So understand this. The difference between you creating backspin and having the sweet, steep swing, right? And a good way to know is if you pause video, you will see the barrel in line with the shoulders, because from here, now the hands just have to stay on the path. You will know a bad swing that's creating bad backspin or clipped backspin, right? Manipulated. Body will be up here, head will be up here, barrel will be flat like this. Now the crazy part, and the part that I want to add on to this video, is the understanding of feel versus real. Chipper Jones has said it, I've mentioned him in another video, this is a feel versus real sport, right? Barry Bonds, Frank Thomas, all these guys, Tony Gwynn even, they all felt like they swung straight down. Because when you have posture, when you get posture the right way, think about Barry, right? Man, he was probably the best at holding posture, getting everything synced up to make one move. So he had to feel like it was like this because the barrel was working in right behind because of the spinal tilt and the axis of the swing, right? Frank Thomas, another guy, over the plate, man. This is all a byproduct of getting good with the upper body, right? You stand straight up and down, guess what? Swing works here, steep, down, out, around, and across. And then your shoulders finish up, and guess what that means? Pull side on the ground, oppo slice. Clip, even when you hit it right, flare, right? There's no true compression, right? Again, I'm gonna hit with no posture and think swing down, backspin, right? No posture, steep entry point, watch what happens, bad swing. That's my best option there. That's my best option there. As opposed to getting myself in hitting position, getting myself, all the things that I talk about, all the things that I honestly needed. This video may be for you, but end of the day, I'm making this video as if I'm talking to my third round, 98th overall draft pick self that didn't know about this. But also understand this, man. This is where this stuff gets so deep, and this is why my journey, this is why YouTube and what I'm doing and where I'm going is so unique it can't be replicated because I survived 2 eras of the game. I got drafted in 2015, 98th overall to the Kansas City Royals. It was a very old school approach back then. As the 2010s continued to evolve, the game started to evolve. It was less sink and cut bottom of the zone. It started to become a vertical game. Pitchers started to play this game at the top, right? They continued to evolve. They got edgertronic cameras. They discovered spin rate. They discovered seam shifted wake. There's all these different things, sink, cut. The labs, the development, the R&D has gotten so much better on the pitching side of the game. The hitting side of the game, people are behind. Everybody's arguing, trying to stick their stick in the mud instead of figuring out what we need to create to simplify and create at least amount of work possible to win versus these pitchers that are throwing harder than ever, with more break than ever, and more different pitches than ever, and more knowledge than ever, right? If you're watching this, understand what this is all about. This is all about helping hitters set up to go into big league games and feel like they can be simple, right? Not overcomplicate it, understand where things are at, where they need to be, and then picking out approach and game plan and feel for what this guy has. Because yes, you're gonna have to set yourself up a little bit taller to cover a guy with high vert, and it's going to have to feel like swing down. Then there's going to be sinker cutter guys where you got to gain a little bit more posture and think through oppo, right center, left center if you're a righty, left center if you're a lefty, because they've got so much break, right? And you still got to raise the floor of your zone. Then there's going to be guys where you have to feel like you're above the ball the entire time and then see it down, knowing that the optical illusion that is this thing is going up, right? Knowing that that's happening, understanding that that's happening. And then from there, pushing out contact point, because here's the last thing about all of this. I'm covering a lot of ground in this video. I'm telling you, this might be my best one ever. If you are trying to create backspin with the contact point back here, you've got no chance. You've got no barrel entry point, but all good things happen. That's why I keep saying pull side gap backspin is the priority, because now you've got to push out contact point and get direction and get contact point and then hold direction, right? So what that looks like in the practice is moving the ball out and then trying to really get straight to the ball, direct to the ball, knowing that the barrel's dropping in under, and then staying through to your pull side gap, because that requires everything to be good. Body position, move to the ball, clear lanes to contact, contact direction, body posture at contact, post contact direction, and then also not doing it out of control. And not to mention when you throw in flips, overhand BP, arm BP, machine, game, you got to be on time with all of this stuff. That's why I'm so adamant about mastering this stuff, because if you get it right, it becomes pretty easy, right? So I'm going to set up and I'm thinking top right-hand corner. Let's see how good I am. Set myself up, enough posture, direct and through. Not bad, right? I'm telling you, man, this stuff matters. And understanding the difference between good backspin and understanding backspin versus bad, manipulated, anything that you have to manipulate to make happen in this box ain't gonna work in the game. It definitely ain't gonna work in the big leagues. And even if you're at a lower level watching this, it ain't gonna work there either, right? Understand, I'm trying to help you avoid decade of failure, thousands of at-bats of failure, frustration, late nights, 1,000+ AA at-bats stuck, feeling like I got a big leaguer trapped inside of me, no idea how to get him to the surface. Well, I've gone through all this stuff with all the people that I've met so that you can simplify this stuff and go out and attack, man. This is what I do, right? This is why I say coaching hitters is my life's work, right? This is why I say simplifying backspin is my life's work. Understand the difference, go out, take notes on this, apply, let me know in the comments if this makes sense to you, and then reach out if you really want me to guide you to the big leagues, right? Because that's what I'm here to do. Thank you for watching. See you on the next video. Keep working hard, keep working smart, and keep refusing to know that you've reached your potential. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. Keep trying to uncover a new top, right? Keep adjusting based on the new information that you're learning here and that you're seeing. Follow the big league guys and then work down. If it doesn't work in a big league game, it ain't gonna work anywhere else and it's not gonna be sustainable, right? Understand this, man. This stuff really matters. Thank you for watching. Appreciate your support.